Hello, 12 signs. It is December 30th, 2019. I am the Queen of Clovers. My name is Rachel, and welcome to my channel. It's a really good morning because finally Spirit is giving us a lot of the okay to move forward. That Mars in Sagittarius coming on Friday, January 3rd. I feel it already, thank goodness. And it is that permission to move. It is that you've done the work, you've meditated. This last week, Spirit asked me to not really be a light worker. Don't be so disciplined with this. Take a vacation from being a light worker, which I have. It was really weird because I'm very committed to my channel and really giving you guys advice from Spirit. But at first it was sleep off the solstice and you know, kind of get that energy moving, dead energy moving out of my system. And then it was, are you paying attention to what's going on around you once the solar eclipse came through? It was, where's the light? Where is the light in your life? And I really paid attention to a lot of things going on in my life. And then I realized the moment had come to move forward again. And so I began fully meditating again, getting back in my program. And Spirit really has driven me just get back on the horse. It's time. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. There's a lot of things that I've been trying to complete. Remember, I talked about Nine of Swords over our heads, that Spirit just gave me the space to do this, and I was like, this is how I'm supposed to get ready for 2020. I'm supposed to do some laundry, I'm supposed to do some address changes. I mean, just really, when you sit and meditate and Spirit says do this, and I was really weirded out by it because it was just so basic, but it's very Capricornian 3D energy. The Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, feels like the energy I feel. People might say this is a bad card. I don't see this as a bad card because I'm going to dump out the cup I have, the little I have, the Ace of Cups, the little bit I have, and start a new cycle, especially with that long sea serpent, you know, kind of very snaky like cycle imagery. It's like, I'm just going to empty the cup. I don't have that much in there anyway, so starting over ain't that big of a deal, or refreshing my cup is not that big of a deal. It's almost like a necessity to kind of move on with to where we belong, to correct our energies for the upcoming newness that's coming. I mean, in 2017, December of 2017, it's the moment I said I refuse to live with my light off. And then, excuse me, oh, bless me, sorry. And then, I refuse to live with my light this low, or under this low energy. I refuse to do things that strip me, of my wonderfulness. I went there, and I maybe went a little too far, and did some things I shouldn't have before I really got working on some of this energy. But it's, and really just moving with unconditional love and the light, doing the right thing right away. You know, I'm still a little slow, but I'm trying. It comes with that patience of, you know, I just remember it was tough. It was tough energy. It was also the energy of a funeral week. A lot of people passed on from us, and it feels like we're leaving that. The Empress and the Hierophant. The Empress is the energy of absolute, beautiful, wonderful, feminine, homebound energy. This is kind of like outside of work energy, the kind of energy that embraces where you are. I've always looked on this energy, the Empress energy, as being about making the home, the outside, the work life just wonderful. It's like that garden. People talk about who's tending the garden of your happiness. Well, this is what this is, tending to the garden of happiness. And then I have the Hierophant in reverse, which is a wonderful card too, because we're coming into the season of not doing what's normally done. You can't do what's normally done and expect things to be the same. It's the idea of, I'm dumping out this half-filled cup because I got to start over, because I have a beautiful garden, an abnormal garden, but a beautiful garden that, and not just a garden inside you, a garden in your heart, a garden that exudes energy. People come sit with the Empress, this energy that we're pulling on to really feel happiness and joy in a very luxurious, earthen kind of way. It is the Empress is the female emperor, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Moon card in reverse, and the Devil card in reverse. Okay, I get it, damn it. Little indecision, maybe, a little brattiness. I've been there. And the Moon, and it's because we've come into some realities. And this Death card, a refusal to change, a difficulty in changing, not accepting this change so wholly. There's a little indecision, there's a little hesitation. Spirit is telling me, yeah, maybe I took that little vacation a little too far, loves, but it's, the Moon kind of said a lot when we had that solar eclipse, and it was in darkness. It was not with us. It was the energy of the Moon not really giving us a lot of energy, because it was a new moon. And yet we still got a little light, extra light from it, which was beautiful because it was so dark with the winter solstice. And then a new moon right after. That's a tough one. But it says that we're slightly afraid of the dark. We're slightly afraid of the change. We're a little indecisive about it. And that's okay, because we have a couple days before the new 1/11 or 1/1. These are portal days. These are days of brand new beginnings. And that's why New Year's Day starting with 1/1 is so beautiful. And it's a matter of getting to that. I do have this King of Wands in reverse. It's a little flighty energy, a little confusing energy. You got your hands on some things. There's some things that we haven't surrendered yet. And it might be having up some defenses, fighting some fights with the 9 of Wands. It's we haven't surrendered everything yet to come into this King of Wands energy, let alone Emperor energy. We're pulling on that Empress energy. We're making our feminine strong. And that goes for both sides. But what really we want is to release the control on every little thing and just start putting in the work. And it's hard. We do need defenses. We are people that need blankets and boundaries and borders. We lock our door every night. If you don't lock your front door every night, then you're in a different world than us. But yeah, it has that energy of we're still holding on to too much, and it's leaving us quite captured. We're still holding on to you know what we're holding on to? I know exactly what it is. See, this is again 9 of Swords, not dealing with energy and getting stuck in those swords with those 8 of Swords. It's a trap. It's a trap, Akbar. It's a trap. We're being held in, and mostly by love. This 5 of Pentacles in reverse tells me that we're finding, and the Lovers next to it tells me that we are finding the necessary connections we need, but we are finding the necessary connections we need. We're keeping the connections we need in our lives. So we are not entirely left out in the cold. But there's an importance here of letting go of love in a controlling kind of way. Especially with the Hierophant card in reverse. Giving your kids what they need instead of what you think a parent should be, or the way they should be living. They should be doing this, this, and this, and as their mother, I should be doing this, this, and this. Well, it's not always the best way, or even the most proper way for you at your age. in their age. You know, kids out of diapers don't need coddling is always a big deal for me. And this feels like appropriate relationships. You're not left out in the cold, but you're not controlling these relationships. You're not forcing others to, you're surrendering to unconditional love is what it feels like. We are all surrendering to that unconditional love. And it's difficult. So we're only halfway there. I feel like this is a partial situation, and we still feel a little imprisoned by some of our relationships or relationship needs. They're not what they are. It's an illusion that these are requirements to be happy. And that's probably the most beautiful thing possible with them all. That we don't need anybody else to be happy, to raise our light, to do what we want to do. And those are the paths that are calling us the most right now in this 1/1 and 1/11 portal that are coming up the whole new year. All right, 12 signs, I love you dearly, and I'm going to be basically almost rebooting my channel, getting back to the weekly readings. I really only fell off the map a couple weeks, and I just didn't complete all 12 signs, which I still feel bad about, but Spirit wants me to let it go and take this new light that I have, this new surrendering light, surrendering to what is. Remember, surrendering that others will have their own free will, as do I have mine. And that will determine a lot more than the cards or even our interpretations of what is going on. So, surrender to unconditional love. That is the main message of 2020. Surrender to unconditional love and do the right thing right away. All right, my loves, thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I hope this was a little helpful, and I will get back to my usual schedule. Have a great week and a great day, my lovely 12 signs.